Hello everyone, it's me again. Hope I meet everybody well and in a good health. Today I come to to talk about this topic. I know I've talked about it before, but I think it's good to repeat it again. It's this issue about our children, the smartphone, social media, and technology, and how we, the parents, allow our children to use it. It's very, very important. You know, I know I've discussed it before in the past, but really, when you see the way some families seem to think and take it for granted that their children must have a phone, a smartphone, some home who can afford the well-to-do family. You can see their children have a phone, have a tablet, some even have a phone, a tablet, and a laptop. And that is a child. And you see some children also, they are not yet even 10 years, they already have a smartphone. And these children, they don't even have parental, guidance. They don't set it. They just buy a phone because, yeah, the children ask for it. They demand because they see their friends have phones. They see their friends carry phones and they want their parents to give them one. And the parents will just buy a phone, charge it, put a SIM card, and give it to the child without setting that parental control. When you don't set that parental control on it, and you just give the phone a smartphone to a child, that smartphone, you can use it to go anywhere in the world. It's sitting right next to you, or you can be in the same room. You are watching TV. That child is on his phone or tablet. Is totally in a different world, right in front of you, or right sitting right next to you, and you would even know. From there, they can be talking to adults out there who is brainwashing them about with something that you, if you know it, you will cry. It's important for us to control what our children are doing when it comes to this smartphone. It's important for us to set rules when it comes to this technology, smartphones, and social media, especially with our young children. If a child, for example, if you must give a phone to a child around the age of maybe 10 years or upward, they have a phone, because my daughter started using a phone, I think at the age of 12 years. That's when she have her first smartphone. And I remember we got her that smartphone because they have to go to school excursion to a place. I feel that, yeah, I need to communicate with her. That's why we got her that smartphone. Before then, she was they were both of them, my son and my daughter, the kids were using Nintendo. And even the Nintendo, you can use it to go to the social media. You can use it to go to internet. So I took it when I bought the Nintendo for them. I set the parental control that they don't, with a PIN code, they don't have to go into the internet with it. They use it to play their games. They use it to do whatever the children do, but they can't go into the internet. Until when my child have to go travel for school excursion, before I gave her her first phone, I think at the age of 12 or 13, if I remember well. I allowed them to play. It's not they don't play. I allowed them to use the Nintendo to play games. But even then, I remember I set rules against that. When it's time to go to bed, which is when they were young, from I think as early as they start to see, I start to put my children to bed around 8 o'clock. What is that 8 o'clock? I will tell them it's time when they finish eating, they have finished play, they are relaxed. 8 o'clock, they sleep. They don't sleep, they are going upstairs. They are going upstairs to their bedroom. And when you are going, you drop your Nintendo with me. Then you can go upstairs. And then when they start using their smartphone, is the same thing. 8 o'clock, I think by then my daughter was already 13 years and the boy is 10 years. So when they are going upstairs, they will drop their phone. They drop their phone with me at 8 o'clock. I will tell them, go and read the book. Go and draw. They are very artistic. They can draw things. Okay, go and draw whatever you want to do with your time. This is your time. Go to your room. Do whatever you want to do or to sleep come. Sometimes we read. Sometimes they read. Sometimes we read together. Sometimes they read on their own. Sometimes they just draw things. But that 8 o'clock, they will be in their room. You see, it takes children who school age children, they have been in the school the whole day. They study. And then they come home from school. After eating, they pick up their phone and they start playing with it. You see, when they all this time when they all in they play till already the time to go to bed. If it was in the time they have to go to bed that they drop that phone, they won't sleep. You know why? Because their mind keep playing the game they have stopped playing 1 hour ago. It takes them a while to wind down, to stop playing those games and thinking about the games they have played. So that's why it's important if a child have a smartphone or you know that that child go on internet to play game, learn to set the role in the day where they're at home. They play with their phone maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours. Tell them to drop the phone, go do something else. If they are a little bit older children, like my own now, they are a little bit older kids, I will tell them to go and help me in the kitchen. I will call them and start asking them to help me to do this, to help me to do that. By doing that, they will be forced to drop their phone. They will be forced to drop their phone. They drop their phone and they help me in the kitchen. Once the kitchen own is finished, I see there is almost finishing, I will think of something else again to give to them. I will remind them of this work they have to do. I will remind them of that thing that they have not done. They have to do it today. This one have to do that. That one have to wash the dishes. That one have to clean. That one have to do the floor. That one have to mop. I give them something to do. Once they finish, I say, okay, yeah, but it's time to go to bed. You're not gonna start with the phone again, are you? No? Okay. To go upstairs. We have to set rules for our children when it comes to phone, when it comes to smartphone. We have to look to the age before giving phone to children. The earlier you give a phone to a child, the earlier that child mind is being played with, as I can put it. Why I say being played with, when the child start using the smartphone very, very early, because I know their children at home in their house, their parents give them their smartphone to play games with. Believe me, it's not a good thing. If your child is young, encourage them to read. Give little things at home for them to do. They may be young, but believe me, they can learn. They learn fast. Set the time to eat, they eat. Time to help to do, put away their toys that they have used in the day. Make them do it self. Don't use the house girl to do that. What they are doing there, they are busy. Their mind, their hands are busy. Their mind is calm. When they finish that, make them to go and take their own douches, to take a bath or whatever to prepare for bed. All this while you are busy with them, their phone is set aside. They don't touch it. What is the time to go to bed? Make sure the phone is in your room, not in their room. Because some parents allow their children to go to bed and then tell the children to switch off the phone. They don't. Believe me, they don't. I've been online one time. I don't know what I was doing, talking with my sister, and I happened to go on online and find my and find a child who is 13 years, and this is around 2 o'clock or Wednesday evening, night, and this child is going to school tomorrow morning. 2 a.m. That child is still online, and the parents think that child is sleeping, but it's not sleeping, it's busy. But when you took the phone away from them, they have no choice than to go to bed. It's hard if you have not learned your child how to do that. To start doing it now is hard, but it's not impossible. You have to start somewhere. Help them to set to set the rules. Let them have borders. Help them to have discipline, because it's a discipline when you start to learn your child as early as possible to know where to put down the phone, pick up the book and read, to know where to start to eat food, no phone on the table where they are eating. Put down the phone, give them the little work they have to do at home. Make sure they do that work. It's a sign of discipline. Let them use their hand. Remember, if you are pampering this child today, you do everything for them, or the house help do everything for them, you are not going to go to school with them. A lot of the schools now is body school, body school. Well, will you go there to go and help them tomorrow? In schools there, they have rules. So if you don't set those rules at home and teach your child to help at home, when they go to the new school, the excitement of going to a boarding school dead the first 1 week, because it's difficult for them to follow the new rules. They don't know. Now in the new school, at a certain time, they can't use their phone. At a certain time, they have to keep the phone down. They can't do this, they can't do that. They can't wash their own clothes with their own hand. They don't know how to do a lot of things. But if you, the mother, learn the child since that child is a small, is that they are still young, you learn them those things, learn them discipline, know where to put down the book, the phone, tablet or laptop. Take a book, you read. Go make your own bed in the morning when they wake up. After they finish for prayer, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, make your children to learn how to pray. When they finish that prayer, it's also a sign of discipline, when you learn your children how to pray. They wake up in the morning, they pray. They finish praying, they go greet their parents or their older, the elderly in the house. Then they come to eat. It's all part of discipline. It's a way of letting that child, giving them that family orientation. Letting them know this is your elder. The small work they have to do at home, let them know how to do it. the time they have to do it, and they have to finish it in a good way. It's all form of discipline. It's a discipline that child hold for life. It's good we start with these children as early as possible when they are young. I'm not saying you cannot learn a teenager or a child, a little bit older child, something new. But it's better we learn them now that they are young. With the technology, believe me, my people, it's good we learn them as soon as possible when they are still young. Stop, take away the phone, give them time to go to bed. What is that time? They finish, they take their bath, they go to their room. Whether they sleep, whether they don't sleep, it's not good for them. Let them go to their room. Don't let a child fall asleep with you when you are sitting in the sitting room watching TV. The child is there with you and you will fall asleep. Unless it's weekend. Even if it's weekend, they still have time to sleep. It also gives you time for you and your partner to talk, to sit at home, together as a couple, talk about issues. Give you time to close up together when the children are in their room. And they also will come to know the time to sleep. Believe me, in this time of technology, young parents must learn how to set the rules, must learn how to set the border, learn to give a little bit of discipline as soon as they are growing, as soon as when they are still young. It's very, very important when they are still young that you set the rules for them. Then we know. The ones who have not get used to it and you want to start it new, it's also good. It will take a while, maybe a month or 2 months or 3 months, gonna be difficult. But if you stand on your feet, no fighting, no screaming, but remind them, be consistent. Every time you repeat it, before 2 months, that child will get it, will start doing the same thing that you ask them to do every time. My people, I hope you understand. I hope you get the point. You understand what I'm trying to explain. How important it is for us to set the rules for young children at very young age. The earlier you start, the better for you as a parent. Better for you as a parent to learn those children to know where to stop with watching TV, watching film on TV, watching be on smartphone or tablet or the laptop. Set them to go and do something else. If a child is more than 2 hours play with a phone, it's not good. Set them to go and do something. You calling a child is telling you, I'm coming. I will do it later. Okay, ma, but they don't get up. That's not good. When you send a message, they keep coming back to ask you, what did you ask me to do again? I forgot. Why? Because they are busy playing with the game. They don't pay attention to what you are saying. They don't even remember what you are saying, what you have told them. They walk around like zombies because of the game they play online. They will see the elderly people, they will just walk past them because their mind is not, they don't see, their eyes is wide open, but they are not seeing anything. So they walk past the person without even greeting them. So you see, there's this danger of technology brainwashing our children if the parents don't put their foot down. It's very, very important that we put our foot down, set set rules for them, and make sure that the children follow those rules. I hope this video will be helpful to everybody, especially the young parents, especially parents and the young ones. See you again next time. Bye bye.